Today's lesson is on remote interior and exterior angles. Okay. So we have a few vocabulary which we're going to go over first, and we're going to use our triangle, our ABC triangle up here to go ahead and help us. So the first one is an exterior angle, an angle formed by a side and the extension of an adjacent side. So whenever you have a triangle, you can easily extend out any of the sides. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and extend out C, or biangle C. So you can extend out any side you want. And that's going to help us figure out our exterior angle. So the exterior angle is formed by the extension here. So outside of our triangle here would be our exterior angle. So if I did the letter D out here, let's say, that would be a exterior angle. C would be my interior, D would be my exterior. It's outside of it. So that goes for our, we'll put angle D right here. Would be an example of it. For interior angle and an angle inside a polygon, we could say it is angle A, angle B, or angle C. So we have three different interior angles. And then the last one is remote interior angles. It's the two non-adjacent interior angles of the exterior angle. So that's not easy to understand, but let's go ahead and break it down. So the two non-adjacent, and we know that adjacent is next to, so non-adjacent would be angles that are not next to the exterior angle. So if we talk about D as our exterior angle, C would be a adjacent angle. It is next to it. We want to look at the interior angles that are not adjacent to it. So these are the other two interior angles, and they're not right next to D. Okay, so they're non-adjacent to it. All right. So that would be an example of our of the remote interior angles. And the thing we know about remote interior angles, though, is that when we add them up, so when we add up A and B, it's actually going to equal our exterior angle. Okay? So when we add up A plus B, it should equal angle D. All right? And the reason for that is, if we think about a triangle and our triangle sum theorem, all three angles add up to be 180 degrees. Okay? So triangle equals 180 degrees. We also know that a supplementary angle, okay, we'll just put sub there, equals 180 degrees as well. So this right here equals 180 degrees. Okay? So if you take away C from the supplementary angle, you have D left. If you take away C from my triangle angles, you have A and B left. That should be the same value. So A and B is equal to D. So let's go ahead and we're going to use this to solve a few problems. So the first problem we have is we have our interior angles of 55 and 65, and we know that our interior angles, our remote interior angles, equal our exterior. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and do an equation of 55 plus 65 is equal to x. Okay. All we have to do for this one is add it together, and we get an answer of 120. So 120 is my answer. If I want to check that, I can actually go ahead and find out my third angle if I want to of my triangle. If I use the supplementary rule, I would know that it is 60. And then if I wanted to use my triangle sum theorem, I would know that it is the difference between 180 and 55 and 65. So 180 minus 55 and 65 is 120, which is also equal to 60. So yes, I know that that works. All right, number two. Now I understand that I know what my exterior angle is, but one of my remote interior angles is missing. So it's still the same theorem. It's still my two interiors. So x plus 53 is going to equal my exterior, which is 140. Subtract by 53 on both sides, and I get a value of x is equal to, should be 87. Okay. And then number three, I have 65 and 2x are my interior angles. I'm going to make sure I add up my two interior angles, and that is going to equal my exterior. So 4x plus 17. Let's go ahead and subtract 2x on both sides. End up with 65 and 2x plus 17. Subtract 17 on both sides, okay, and I end up with 48 is equal to my x. Now I'm not done yet. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I plug in my 48 to both of these. So if I plug in 48 to 2x, I get an answer of 96. Okay. And then for, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't actually finish my problem. I actually had to bring down 2x and divide by 2 to get an answer of
Cruz and Devin Perez. Cruz and Devin Perez. Go to carpool.
I actually had to divide by 2, I forgot, so x actually equals 24. My 2x is actually equal to 48. 96 just didn't seem right there. Didn't seem like it should be greater than 90 degrees. So I have my two angles of 65 and 48. Together, those add up to be 113. I'm going to plug in my x value of 24 into this, and hopefully I should get 113 as well. So I do 4x plus 17. So it should be 4 times 24 plus 17. 4 times 24 is 96. And plus 17 does get me to 113. So yes, that does work for an x value of 24. So what I'd like you to go ahead and do right now is try the same thing with yours. Remember that your exterior angle is equal to your two remote interior angles. And when you get done finishing those, you can go ahead and check to see how you did. Alright, so number 1, you should have gotten x is equal to 58 plus 42.
Carpool number 5-6. Carpool number 5-6.
Number 1 should have been 58 plus 42 is 100. Number 2, you should have done 62 plus x is equal to 135. Check it to make it sure, and you should get an x value of 73. And then lastly, we should have done our two interior angles was x and then 3x plus 5. So add those together to equal 117, and you should have got an answer of x is equal to 28. Once you go ahead and plug that in, you should see that
Carpool number 356. Carpool number 356. Students, please watch the TV for your carpool numbers.
Sorry for the interruption. You should have gotten x is equal to 28 degrees, and then if you plug x into our equation here, you should get an answer of 89. And if you combine those, it does equal 117 degrees, which is exactly what our exterior angle is.